In this video, I'm going to talk about how to deliver liquid include files in a standardized way to significantly reduce your development time. This is Mike Salander with the BC Academy, and today we're going to be talking about liquid library items. Now, this isn't a concept that we came up with here at the BC Academy. This was first introduced to the community by Scott Reynolds and Dave Hagblad through their course on Udemy called Practical Liquid Markup Examples for Adobe Business Catalyst. But even though we didn't come up with it, we still want to teach it to you guys and introduce the concept because we believe that it is important to create standards within the industry. And we really like what they have done here and want to expand upon it. So the purpose of these liquid library items is so that we can easily reuse liquid code snippets. And the effect this has is that it shortens development time. It allows you to easily share code amongst your team and then standardize the implementation. To set up a liquid library item, you're basically going to take your liquid logic and place it inside of an include file and then expose the parameters that will manipulate or change that liquid logic through external liquid variables. I will go into how to actually do this in a second. So an example of how to implement this or how to call a liquid library item, for instance, is you'll see here that we have a liquid library item on the bottom in orange here that is absolute cat. So this will output a list of catalog items in Business Catalyst with absolute URLs. So this makes the call to the library item, but then we need to tell the library item certain things that we want to happen. So for example, we are saying that we want to call this particular catalog name Shop by Jerky Form, and then we want to open up the links in a new target frame. The standards that we have set for defining liquid library items are as follows. Now, it is important to note that this may be different than the way Scott and Dave have defined them, and they may be different from the way that you decide to do it. I think what's really most important is that at the minimum, you create a standard for yourself so that it's very easy and consistent to look across your websites over a variety of time and a variety of different implementations. So the way that we are going about this is we are defining our variables as follow. We have a capital LL underscore, so we know that this is a liquid library item. And the important piece of this is we want to make sure that we do not have any variable conflict. So we want to really reduce the chance that anyone anywhere else in the website is going to have a variable with this name. So with this convention, we think it's very unlikely that you're going to have a conflict of your variable names. So we have capital LL, so liquid library, then underscore, and then the name of the liquid library item. So in this case, we're talking about absolute cats, and then underscore the variable name. And then in this particular example, we're talking about catalog name. Now we like to use the best practice that is used in JavaScript as well, where the first letter of the first word is lowercase, and then the first letter of the subsequent words are capitalized. So you can see here with absolute cats, we have lowercase a, capital C, and catalog name, lowercase c, uppercase n. Some other standards relate to where we place the file. Now I know this is in line with the way that Dave and Scott do it. So we're going to put the include files in the underscore system includes folder /lib. Now this underscore system folder comes by default with Business Catalyst, but the includes is not a generally accepted best practice within the community of where to put our include file. And now we are also supporting that a lib or lib folder underneath the includes is the appropriate place to put your liquid library items. We want to name the files the same as in our variable definition. So you can see down here that we're naming this absolute cats, and that's the same name we gave it in the variable definition to make it very clear which variables associate with which library item. Then we're also going to put these files at the .inc extension. So down here at the example, you can see the total reference. So underscore system / includes / lib / absolute cats.inc. So let's take a quick example of calling liquid library items and then a peek into the behind the hood scene of what happens in a liquid library item. So here on this particular page, I have a output of the regular catalog list dump. Now below, I basically created a liquid library item that redefines this module and gives the user a variety of different variables to configure that output. So here we can see we've got just the regular output. So this will match this output right here. We have absolute URLs by catalog ID, so I can specify a catalog ID that I want to output. In this example, I'm outputting a catalog based off of a particular name. In this example, I'm clearing these variables and just outputting the default or the high-level catalogs, but then changing the sort type to alphabetical. And then the next example, absolute URLs open in new window. I'm calling a catalog name and then setting a new target frame. And then in the last example, I'm outputting a custom class. So instead of using the Business Catalyst class, I'm calling a new custom class. So if we look at the actual page, we can see that it outputs a variety of different things based off of the variables that I have designated before I called that liquid library item. So looking behind the scenes, we can see an example of this absolute cats.inc file. Now, I'm not going to go through this in detail because this is just an introductory video that should prepare you for now understanding other BC Academy videos where we talk about how we actually go and create these liquid library items. The exciting thing is that the future tutorials that we come out with at the BC Academy that are about liquid library items, we will make them available as a download to you at no additional charges, just part of your membership, and that you can go ahead and put it into your website and plug and play and get all this great additional functionality. I hope you enjoyed this introduction to liquid library items, and we are excited to share with you future liquid library items that you can use on your website and you can learn from. This has been Mike Salander with the BC Academy. Thanks for watching.